In the School Smarts Report, we're learning about 3 things children can do at home other than homework to become better students. And we're at the Langsford Learning Center, joined by Stephen McCrocklin. He is the founder of the center. Now, Stephen, number 1 on the list, students need to read when they're at home. Why is this so important?
Yeah, the single most important thing a student can do at home to be a successful student is to read. That reading piece is really key. And it turns out when you look at a student who reads 20 minutes a night, 5 days a week, it turns out by the time they complete 8th grade, they will have read the equivalent of 80 school days.
Wow.
And when you compare that to a student who reads about 4 minutes a night, by the time they complete 8th grade, they're looking at about the equivalent of 16 school days. So it's real clear then who the better reader is going to be, who's going to know more words, who's going to be the better writer, the better student, and also feel more confident as a learner.
And the second thing on the list is students should visualize a picture when they read. Why is this important?
Yes, books are more than pages filled with ink. Books tell a story, and the best way to internalize and connect with that story is to see a movie in your mind's eye while you read. And that helps us not just connect with text, but helps us understand what we read, helps us remember what we read, and it really helps us really connect and enjoy our reading. And we can do that both in books we read, not just for pleasure, but school books and textbooks.
And the third thing on the list, practice good study habits. Is it ever too early to practice this?
No, study habits are key. And they're really straightforward as well, and they're about building good habits. So pick a place and a time to study and stick with it. That's really key. In that space, have everything you need and nothing you don't. That way there are not a lot of unnecessary interruptions of getting up and down or being distracted by stuff that you have around.
And tell me how young students need to start practicing these things.
Right. So certainly by the beginning of kindergarten, getting in that habit matters. It doesn't have to be for a lot of time, but getting that pattern and habit set early is helpful. Now, one can think about how long someone might want to hold a study period, and that should mirror the length of time that a test might take place in the classroom. So if the spelling test lasts about 10 minutes, then a 10-minute block of studying time at those younger grades make a lot of sense.
As we both know, practice makes perfect, and if students practice these principles, they'll score higher on tests. Stephen, thank you so much for your time and expertise.
You're welcome.
For other School Smarts reports, you can log on to our website. That's WDRB.com.